Wish we could have more of a scouting report for you, Rams fan, but he didn't play very much.
He had one catch.
One catch. Yeah, he didn't play very much. I mean, he was a 3rd-round pick, and they, they decided, we'll play him. I don't know. Fairness, like, look, Gesicki was here. Gesicki was the guy, but they never really cracked open the old Hunter Long.
Here's the deal.
He's not a great blocker.
If you have Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, why do you need your tight end to catch passes? He's going to be the 3rd or 4th option anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't need him to be out there getting 80 or 100 catches.
In fairness, though, we saw Trent Sherfield have games. We saw even River Craycraft had a couple of games out there.
Yeah.
Oddly, Mike Gesicki's games, his good games, only came when Tua was out. It was a very strange thing. I don't know if that's just a quarterback. I don't think they had a bad relationship, but maybe some guys just don't get on the same page.
It happens, dude. Hey,
they never seem to get on the same page. It was weird because whenever Tua was out, those were always Mike Gesicki's best games.
My best games as a receiver came with Bernie Kosar.
Hey, bro.
Because we had somewhat of a connection where he could just, tell me to do something else and I would do it and it would work. And when you have a different quarterback or when you change a quarterback, a lot of times he sticks to the script.
Well, let's get to some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Cats back in action tonight against the Montreal Canadiens at 7:00. We'll get into some cat talk later on this hour, which is always brought to us by our friends over at Celsius. Hockey fans, don't sit this one out. When it's game time, make Celsius a part of your play and get that energy up. Game day is fueled by Celsius Essential Energy Drinks, the official energy drink of the Florida Panthers.
Also a good one. That lemon lime one.
Oh, yeah.
It's not better than cherry apple, though.
World Baseball Classic. Puerto Rico defeated Dominican Republic. They advanced to the quarterfinals. Edwin Diaz, Mets closer, he was taken off the field in tears. I got to tell you,
I love celebrating like the next guy, but I ain't gonna act a damn fool.
It didn't seem like much, though, Remember when dude got hurt landing on home plate for a home run? Was that Kendry Morales? I just threw a name at Marcos. He's like, I don't.
Who?
Marcos is not a baseball guy. Marcos is like so out on baseball. He's like, oh, this American lineup. And I was like throwing at him like Mookie Betts. He goes, who?
Yeah. He said,
I'm like, they're Pete Alonso. I'm like, these are the best players in baseball, Marcos.
Yeah, then he said 6 other names.
Tim Anderson. Like, he goes, nope. No. Who's that? Is he the tool man?
I'll take your word for that.
Anyway, one man that we do know is Jalen Ramsey. And he was introduced to the media last hour. Let's hear a little bit from Ramsey. This is him on the AFC East quarterbacks he's going to have to go up against this year.
We'll be straight. We're going to put the work in. It's an NFL, so it's any given Sunday. It's week by week. I think we'll be good, though. Like I said, we got on paper. I'm cool with us. I come over here and sing praises all day long, but we got to put the work in. We got a lot to do and a lot to accomplish before we get to those games. You know what I'm saying? But man, they had some they played well in the division already without me. So you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to come in here and just add to that. But I can't even really speak specifically about certain games or matchups yet because we not even there. We got a lot to do internally first. Like that's what it's about. First is us, and then we'll worry about everybody else. But right now we ain't worried about nothing.
There you go.
You know what?
What you saying?
That is a excellent answer.
I knew you'd love it
for a person that don't like to give nobody no praise. You just disregard the question.
He's grown. Yeah. He's a more seasoned Jalen Ramsey.
But
he's not just taking a flamethrower to everybody.
He's 100% accurate.
Would you like to get his thoughts on Mike McDaniel?
Oh God, I wonder how long that meeting went.
Here is Jalen Ramsey on his new head coach.
What is it about Coach McDaniel that's intriguing to you?
He a little weird. You know what I'm saying? He a little weird. We all weird in our own way, but he a little weird. But that's cool though, and he does things his way, right? And He's himself all the time. Like, it's not fake or nothing like that. So
I'm
I know
a big
that's one
snack
thing
time
all the
guy.
players have said about, have talked about with me, and they like that about him. And I'm sure I will too. But like I said, I can't really even speak. I can only speak from our, recent interactions. We've interacted a little bit, and he seems cool. But once I'm actually here a little bit longer, actually around him a little bit longer, I'll be able to answer that question a little bit better for you. But I think he's gonna be a great coach.
Sounds like Mike McDaniel asked him about philosophy the first meeting.
But
what would Socrates say to that?
It's actually, we only hear Jalen Ramsey after games or after altercations and stuff like that.
Right.
But when you hear him talk now, just in a setting that really doesn't involve football or players, he seems just like a guy that keeps it real.
Oh yeah, well listen,
he keeps it real. Like
he's always kept it real. He kept it real when he showed up to Jacksonville's training camp one time in a Brinks truck, which Tom Coughlin had to.
Somebody give that guy a gold star.
What is this? What?
Classic.
Yeah, he showed up in a Brinks truck, Tom. Get him out of here. Let's extend Blake Bortles. Brr. It's a shame Tom Coughlin went out bad. Would you like some more on Jalen Ramsey on his new head coach? Here's more Ramsey.
If I can follow up, when you say he's a little weird, what does that mean? The way he talks to the media? I mean,
all of that. It's different, right? It's like it's different than what you would expect of like maybe a head coach. Like he be fresh, he gonna, everything. Like he got the shoes, he loves shoes, all of that. It's like it's different. I wouldn't say weird, but I think I'm weird. Like I say weird is in terms of like different,
What?
Damage is done, my friend. Because I know that one's gonna end up on the gram later.
The dreaded follow-up.
Jalen, that's good journalism by Mike DePasquale. He goes, when you say weird, what do you mean? I feel like the answer should have to be like, come on, we know.
What he should have did was say, what would Socrates say?
Yeah, what would Socrates say to that? Well, first I met him and he said he was a big snack time guy. Then he gave me 800 plays that I had last year against, from all kinds of angles. And I thought that came on a bit strong.
I think this team is in a good spot because you have two corners that supposedly need to bounce back, right? X was hurt all last year, but he gutted it out. And there was some question about Jalen Ramsey and what, was happening to him last year because he got beat a little bit, and we're not used to seeing that. So you throw in a defense he's familiar with in Vic Fangio, you get X healthy, and you got two guys that are gonna have, I wouldn't necessarily consider them bounce back years simply because the circumstance in which they were playing kind of led to how they ended up playing, X being hurt and Jalen Ramsey being on that team. But I look forward to this year, being in a situation where, look, that defense is going to be really good.
Look, it's possible. I mean, we can't rule out the fact that they may be getting on. It's a young man's position, I would say. Like cornerback does feel like one of those positions where there's always a guy bursting onto the scene. It feels like every year who's that dude,
But you only got a handful of them.
No, I know what I'm saying, but like we're talking about the best of the best guys now.
Sauce Gardner.
Sauce Gardner's that guy now. Like he's the guy everybody looks upon. It was Jalen Ramsey.
Do we look towards him because his name's Sauce, or do we look good?
Having a name named Sauce is good, but he was by like all account, like he measured out as better than anybody. Yes,
like he was good in college and he's good in the league.
But Sauce, yes, if your name is Sauce, that's gonna help.
Right.
It's a little change.
It's just like with X, his name, Xavier, having X as your nickname.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but it's part of your name.
Yeah, like
Sauce.
That's not his real name.
No.
You don't think that's on the birth certificate? What is Sauce Gardner's?
That's true. What is his name?
Gardner.
It's gonna be something like McCorkle.
Let's see. His name is Ahmad. Ahmad Gardner.
Sauce sounds so much better.
Sauce is cool.
For sure.
Sauce is
For
what?
sure.
So when they come down, should all the fans yell Ahmad?
Maybe. I don't know. McCorkle.
Yeah,
Here's a little bit more from Jalen Ramsey. This is him on the trash talk that he is so known for.
It's not like a psych me up thing. It's just what I do. It's fun. Like it's part of my game. Like I have fun with this. Like it is my profession. It's my job. It's very serious. I got to take it serious, but like I have to have fun with it as well. Like I love it, and so that's just a part of who I am and how I express my love for the game out there, and how I go at my opponents. Like I ain't got no friends while I'm on the field. It don't matter, who you are. So that's just my way of going about my business. I ain't gonna say nobody really give it back like how I give it, but sometimes a couple guys might have something to say, if they feel like they made a good catch or had a little success, but it ain't happened often. You know what I mean? So
Trevor from the 203 says Big Play Slay is on line 1. Yeah, he's on line 1 to another team because you guys caught him rats off a ship, Trevor.
Yep.
yeah. What is going on in Philly?
Yeah.
Rats off a ship?
I think I saw Miles Sanders went to Carolina.
Everybody's, it seems like
Saunders.
they're all rats off a ship.
I think they lost a lot of defenders as well. So
Is he back? I didn't know that Darius Slay signed back. Did he sign a new deal?
Which is crazy.
It's hard to keep up.
Why would you cut a guy to bring him back? And then why do I celebrate that?
That here, think about this. To restructure or redo a contract, technically you have to do that.
Okay. So it's like a workaround.
Yeah.
You want to know why?
Why?
Because the NFL salary cap is fugazi.
It's true. It is.
They just make it up as they go.
A lot of loopholes.
Rules around rules.
Like taxes for the rich. It's always loopholes.
Dade South says Tobin is Sauce Fraudner.
Pretty good. Gotta get that guy point.
What do you think was said in that first Mike McDaniel meeting with Jalen Ramsey for him to have the initial reaction to him? He's weird.
I just think Mike is a laid-back dude that goes about things in a different way, but gets what he needs to get out of his players. Like, you would think somebody that goes about football the way he does and plays offense the way he does would have a team like the run and shoot, like a team that's not tough, that they do things a little bit differently. And that wasn't the case at all. And so his appearance and how he talks probably has nothing to do with the standard in which he goes to work and does his job. And I think that's a good thing because there's a lot of different ways to get to the same point. And I think that he's one of those guys that has found a different way. You've had some guys. It doesn't mean that he's not no nonsense, right? It does not mean that at all. It just means that how he goes about it is a little bit different. I think sometimes going at it a little bit different instead of having coaches yell all the time or coaches, go about it a certain way, sometimes it's refreshing to a player.
Mm-hmm. I get it.
I'm happy and I'm sad.
Exactly.
There you go. That would explain Mike McDaniel in a nutshell. And then you just look at him and go, what?
I think I think that was like one of those days where he was asked about the defense dominating the offense because he's obviously the offensive play caller. And I believe his answer to it was, I'm happy and I'm sad.
I'm happy and I'm sad.
Which is a weird thing. If you're an offensive guru, but now, see, here's the thing. We're going to be in these camps and we're going to be like, oh, big day for the offense. But man, you put a lot into Fangs and the defense. So it's like, what am I rooting for?
Well, here's something you really should understand about camp. Camp is is scripted. Okay. And what coaches are looking for in those scripts is just competition. There's no game plan for a certain player. There's no game plan for a certain offense or a certain defense. You have a period. You may have a period that says blitz drill, blitz period, which means defense going to blitz on every play. You already know. So after that period, if somebody says the offense handled the defense and they did a lot of blitzing, of course they knew it was the blitz drill, right? That's just kind of how it goes. Or when you do 7-on-7 and the quarterback sits back there and pat the ball for 17 minutes, and then somebody gets open and everybody goes, ooh, great play. Well, it's 7-on-7. There's no pass rush. So you got to put things into perspective. What he's probably talking about is if you have a period that the defense just dominates, right? You're glad for your defense, but you might be upset that you hope that your offense would have been a little more competitive or compete more, even though they were up against it.
Hopefully you didn't jinx us.
But that's basically how what practice is. Like, that's why every time we went to practice, every time we went to watch them play and everybody got excited over plays, I'm like, what are you doing? The most unfair drill for a DB is 1-on-1. The most unfair drill for an offensive player is pass rush. Because in pass rush, you ain't got to worry about the run. You just worry about the one guy in front of you blocking, which never happens in a football game. And then 1-on-1 against the DBs, that DB ain't got to worry about the run. He ain't got to worry about formations. He ain't got to worry about you clearing somebody out. He ain't got to worry about any of that. He's just guarding you 1-on-1, and you got about 5 seconds to run a route.
We'll take a quick break here on the show. You guys can text to 305-567-0560 or call if it tickles your fancy.
So somebody sent us a name for
what?
it, and I'm gonna just tell you before I even bring it to your attention.
Okay.
I have already given it a -1.
Okay.
Finterceptors, PHIN interceptors.
-1.
I actually don't hate it. I
It's
actually don't hate it.
right up there with wet blanket.
It's terrible. That's terrible.
I'm not opposed to that. I think interceptions is not that bad. So, but that's just me. Get to some cat talk here real quick. Hockey fans, don't sit this one out. When game time makes Celsius a part of your playing, get that energy up. Game day is fueled by Celsius Essential Energy Drinks, the official energy drink of the Florida Panthers. You'll, of course, be able to hear the Cats tonight on WQAM. They did send down the Lion King. Alex Lyon got sent to Charlotte to get some just to get some reps. They brought Mac Guzda up as the backup goalie, just in case things go awry. But Sergei Bobrovsky, obviously, they are riding high on him right now, and Spencer Knight's still away from the team. So that is the goaltending situation right now with the Panthers, who will take on Montreal today at 7. Let's hear a little bit more from Jalen Ramsey. We got Goosey's No Goosey's coming on later this hour. And this was Jalen Ramsey. Would you like to hear his response to people who thinking he's washed and past his prime?
Who thinks that? People think that?
He was asked about it.
So what does that say about the other cornerbacks who are ranked lower than him? Because he's third.
Well, let's hear what Jalen Ramsey has to say.
So for those who say maybe Jalen's past his prime, what do you say?
All right.
Did you hear any of that on social media or anything like that?
Did you see me play this past year?
I'm just asking about what others may say. Not me.
Yeah, you gotta cut on the film now. You gotta really watch it. You gotta really watch it. You know, you don't become this successful with, without actually doing good things on that field and having the respect from your peers and media and we're gonna see. We're gonna see what they gotta say, once we out on the field. That's what matters. We're gonna see
what you will.
say.
I like it.
It is like, here's what I don't understand about just people in general. We actually watch, there are some people who watch sports or movies or whatever in hopes that they can witness failure, right? In hopes that they can
I what you're
witness
saying.
the down. And like, why can't we just enjoy it? Why can't we just for anybody to think that Jalen Ramsey, why? Because he got beat a couple of times? Like, yeah, that's that position. That position. And here's the other thing. It shows the ignorance of the people saying that for this reason. We all see a guy get beat, and we think because he's the closest guy, it's his fault, without really knowing what happened on the defensive side of the ball. And so that's why sometimes when I see a guy get beat or you see a guy chasing, now they got to do something on the film to let you know it wasn't them. Like holding up their hand, looking over at the safety, stuff like that.
But here's the thing. I like that Jalen Ramsey, like whether he knows it, believes it, whatever. I think that stuff is always great. I think it helped Tyreek Hill last year. I'm sure it did. Tyreek Hill was already awesome, but the fact that everybody thought that he was going to become a ghost without having Patrick Mahomes, I think that stuff is great. I don't think that this is I don't think that that's a bad thing for the Dolphins that they have a Jalen Ramsey who wants to prove some people or shut some people up or be on a new team, and Lord knows he's going to get some good opportunities because there's some good weapons in this division.
It's not that it's a good or bad thing. It's just that a lot of times that information is not
Leroy. Adam Schefter has tweeted out the Miami Dolphins are signing wide receiver Braxton Berrios to a 1-year deal. Wow!
Daddy loves you guys.
Goosies galore.
Sir, it appears somebody owes somebody an apology.
Oh, you nothing.
What do you mean? You said you scoffed. I
did.
Scoffed. You
I
went,
did. I did.
You know what we got now, dude? Let me tell you what we got right now.
What do you got?
You want to know what we got?
What do you got?
Intangibles.
A 1-year deal means you basically have a tryout.
Whatever, dude. He's here. You said it wasn't going to happen. You said we didn't need him. And who do we got? Double B.
I did say that.
His home.
I did say that. I believe
Back
it.
in his home. And you want to know something? Good. Because we need some sure hands on those punts.
That's true.
We need some sure
When
hands.
it gets to crunch time, they're going to put Tyreek Hill back there anyway.
I don't know. You think?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, they had that. I mean, Wilson did have that one sick punt return.
You know what's crazy? You think of Randy Moss as a punt returner?
Do I think of him as a punt returner?
Yeah.
I do not.
He's
But
got probably, I would say 2 or 3 touchdowns punt returning. Because he was so damn fast. It's like, hey, Randy, go give us one.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it, but I still believe when they get in the crunch time and they need one, they'll put Tyreek Hill or Jalen Waddle back there. Or who else did they put back there? They put was it Jeff Wilson?
Cedric Wilson got
Cedric
by
Wilson.
the end of the year, but
Right.
they're just trying to give him some touches, I think.
Right. So yeah, it will. Here's what it'll do. It'll give them maybe some consistency at returner, right? But I just still think that when it gets to crunch time and they need a play, they're gonna put Tyreek or one of those fast guys back there.
No tweet from Braxton Berrios yet, but listen, breakfast is gonna be sweet with a little honey nut Berrios. It's gonna be good. Oh wow, delicious.
Quickly.
That's his Twitter handle. You can't -1 me for his own nickname.
That's true.
Immunity.
Plus
Immunity.
I reluctantly take it back. But
No
you
minus
best,
one there.
My man, man.
you best believe.
I'm not on notice, dude. Don't you even say it.
You best believe I'm on edge with all your little side talk here, buddy.
So exciting.
I can't believe you wheelbarrowed around the room for Braxton Berrios.
Dude, it's exciting. Hometown guy, beloved Kane, gets to come and play in his building again. That's fun. That's a great story. Goosies. That's you cannot deny Goosies on this. You can't deny Goosies.
No, but here's the problem. Here's the problem with you. Your level of excitement when something happens and the way you just turn your back on said situation when it goes bad. Like, can you just temper your enthusiasm a little bit? No?
I don't understand what I have to temper, dude. I'm happy Braxton Berrios is here. What's not to love?
That's all you had to say.
And I'm mostly happy.
You didn't have to do the boot scoop boogie around the room in your chair.
I was mocked by my co-host, my friend. He said it's a stupid idea. And I said, because you said, you only want to sign up for the Goosies, which is true. But now I got him. But I'm spelling those Goosies with a U. Wow!
There we go. See? This is the part. It's not the excitement level. It's the over-the-top excitement level.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand that you're maybe being a little overly excited?
I think you should just let me go, baby. Like, we're all happy right now.
You don't ever stop, so how am I not letting you go?
Little homecoming, dude. Who doesn't like a little homecoming? Even Dade South is saying you're being joy police. And he's usually coming at me for being over the top.
And once Dade South gets on you,
it's going to be fun. Braxton Berrios on the Fins.
All right.
Love it. Just love it. It's excellent. Shafta, making my day.